Hello everyone, hello, welcome back to Let's Play Blind XCOM 2. I am the Black Shadow. And after a rough first old mission, we have progressed a little bit since then, folks. Last time we had ourselves a recovery mission in the Arctic, which we were successful in, and as such, getting ourselves a bit of extra intel, as well as a new scientist to help with Dr. Tygan, which is very nice. That will speed up his research to no end, which is very good. Whoops, sorry about that.
Quietly glancing at the scar on my neck. If I wasn't forced to remove the chip myself, the incisions might have been cleaner.
As I suspected, Tygan did have a chip in him, and he had to get that removed. I bet that wasn't a pleasant process.
Most
All
of
right,
the new
then.
recruits have never worked in close quarters like the Avenger. Before the war, we might have had time for training, but now they're gonna have to pick things up on the fly.
A fair point. So, the good news as well in the previous mission is that we also got ourselves 2 new squaddies, got promoted from rookies, which means 2 new entrants into the series, which is pretty damn good going. And the 2 new, as well as 2 extra corps as well, which is pretty nice, are 2 newest, what? So, sorry about that. I had rolled someone into the game, but forgot to put their actual character in. Oops. Anyway, so the 2 characters joining us for the XCOM project at the moment is Delta Foxtrot, who is an insertion in by Izumi. Again, future modifications are due, including another folk with a boonie hat, I believe it was, so we'll have to unlock those. I'm going to assume all this stuff's going to come a lot at Sergeant, is my assumption. We'll have to see. And joining us as well is Mr. Jack Dawson, as well as our sharpshooter to join Internal. Brought in by Jack Dawson, also known as Kiro. And I believe actually this is exactly, I got everything that Thingamabob wanted for his actual setup there, so we're all pretty good. I have to admit, I like that handgun. Looks pretty sweet. So welcome to the team. Now, I don't know if we're actually going to get into any actual combat in this video, folks. We'll have to see what happens. We've obviously just conducted the mission over in the Arctic, and we are ready to start reaping some benefits, although we need some supplies very desperately. I don't think there's too much else for us to do at this moment in time, as we all get blinded to death. Obviously, we still need to eventually find a way to sort out getting over to West Asia here. We'll need to get hold of the communications, but we'll let Tygan finish off his research that he's currently on anyways in modular weaponry. We'll let him get that done. Now, we could go back to HQ and just gain some intel here, which we will be needing later on in the game, but we've got a fair amount of it right now from that mission, so let's go and look for some supplies, which we kind of could do
Avenger
with.
plotting new course.
Beautiful. Let's go inspecting. Obviously, we won't get very far because we have done stuff. Okay, alien debris has been cleared. Shane Anderson's now available to do stuff, which is our engineer. We got ourselves 27 supplies as well. Let's go and have a little picture of these. So, yeah, so these are the 12 rooms we're going to have able to have access to here, which is good. I don't think we're going to be able to...
on board the Avenger, Commander, but we'll need more engineers to clear out space for construction first.
So we have options to build, obviously, various stuff here, which will do various things here. So the labs, which will produce additional science to Tygan, decreasing his research. The workshop, which will need, create unique grounding drones to be sent to staff any adjacent room or facility. Power relay, we do have power to bear in mind. We need to keep that in order to, build all these rooms. The Advanced Warfare Center. Soldiers may gain a bonus ability outside of their current class whenever they are promoted. In addition, engineers can be staffed in the AWC to decrease the time a soldier needs to recover from injuries. Very interested. And the Guerrilla Tactics School, which will unlock, which is basically the old officers thing from the original game, which will give us access to various bits and pieces, skills for the soldiers and the team, like increasing the number of soldiers we can take. However, these two are very, very cost expensive, so we'll have to look at those. Regardless, we can't build any of these right now because we do not have the supplies. We can, however, get our Mr. Dude here to look to clear out some more stuff here, our engineer, because he might as well do something, right? We need 2 engineers to do this, do we? Oh, we don't need 2 engineers, but it's going to take him 20 days otherwise. What if I just get him to do one of these then? How long would that take? 5 days. Sure. Just start clearing this stuff out then. We'll work on that when we find ourselves another engineer. We'll work things out. Okay then.
Commander?
Hello. Do I want to build anything? Not facilities. Items. Oh, okay, so we used the med kit, but we didn't lose it. That's good. I think we're fine for now. I don't think we need to build anything. We'll sit on the
in one of the
supplies.
city centers, I've never actually had one of these Advent burgers I keep hearing rumors about. No one really seems to be asking the hard questions either. Like, when was the last time you even saw a cow?
Hard questions, everyone. Brought to you by Lily Shen. Right then, okay, so that's done.
It's dank and it's mostly metal.
Something about the ship not being that pleasant. Alright, let's keep searching. We'll finish off the modular research.
I have made a number of interesting discoveries, Commander.
Thank you very much, Tygan. Okay, I'll let you... You can pause and read that. I'll have a quick little skim through. Nothing too important. The main thing is we have an access magnetic weaponry, which sounds like some fun. We also can upgrade our weapons using upgrades found in the field. Can be attached. It's like those scope things we've seen. That'd be good. Magnetic weaponry looks like the next weapon upgrade for us. That's going to take some time, though. I don't think we need that right now. I'm guessing that'll give us a load of intel or something. I don't know. Resistance communications we do need to do for story, as do the Advent Officer Autopsy. We need to do these for story reasons, but I'm not too worried about that right now. Well, I can do the sectoid autopsy. Sure, we'll do the officer. We'll push on the story a little bit.
Officers appear to be similar, if not physically the same as the common Advent trooper in terms of power and agility. However, field reports indicate a more developed mental acuity, as the officers do provide tactical directives to the subordinate Advent forces.
Wonderful. Also, realised I might have been a bit too close to the mic there. If so, my apologies, as he now attempts to move it to fix it. Professionalism at its best. There we go. All right, we'll come back to you in 2
Apparently,
days.
my predecessor was something of a brute when it came to handling the interrogation and autopsy of alien subjects. From what I've heard, she was keen to get her hands dirty whenever possible.
Oh, Varlin, we miss you. Keep scanning. We'll let 2 days pass.
I take it this was easier than your last procedure, Doctor.
Central, Commander. Yes, I find the process to be far less disconcerting when the subject has already expired. The results, however, it's best you see for yourself. My autopsy of the Advent captain has confirmed the existence of an implant, similar in design to the unit I extracted from the commander.
Right.
But there are differences.
What kind of differences?
The data you see is being pulled directly from this Advent captain's implant. The sequence here is essentially you, Commander. Or at least the tactical information they were processing through your mind.
Right.
As you can see, the data is nearly identical.
They were using you against us.
Yes, however, the Advent data shows signs of decay. Removing the commander from their network has likely caused significant damage.
Network?
Yes, what we're seeing here is a psionic network. These implants are capable of receiving and transmitting information, a great deal of information, somehow encoded in a stream of psionic energy. My working theory? Advent uses this network to augment the tactical readiness of its troops, as well as disseminate orders from its central command.
Oh dear. That sounds pretty bad. Whoa.
Even in the subject's diminished condition, the implant continues to have an effect. A truly astonishing achievement.
Or a weakness?
Potentially. But I need direct access to their network to know for sure.
Oh no.
I'm guessing that won't be easy.
Oh,
we
no.
need an active link.
Oh, no.
That would mean hacking a live advent officer.
Oh, no.
Like I said, not easy. Still,
Not this again.
it's the best lead we've got. Your call, Commander.
Nope. Fuck it. We're done. We're through. I'm not going through this bullshit again. Oh, man. Use the Skulljack item on an Advent officer in combat to gain access to the alien communication network. Why? Oh my god. Okay, so that's what we need to do. We need to build a facility. Obviously, we've just done that. We need to contact resistance. That's something we need to let going on with that. So we need to construct the Proving Ground facility. Oh, God.
Commander, I've updated our current objectives based on the most recent findings.
I'll read
The
this
Advent
story.
captain seems to provide a means of stabilizing the link between the local subordinates and the Advent network tower itself.
Great. Physically larger and more tactically capable than the subordinate troopers, the Advent of officers administer a system of control over the troopers through a carefully engineered psionic link augmented with a mechanical implant. From my initial examination of the commander and careful review of the information gathered in the alien containment area, I now have a theory as to how this system was established. It is my firm belief that this process of psionic control was specifically engineered to allow rapid deployment of tactical information drawn directly from the subconscious mind. In this case, the mind of our very own commander. With this hierarchy in place, tactical knowledge stored in the depths of the commander's mind was processed and transmitted to the Advent officers, who in turn directed the troopers and other subordinates. With the commander no longer attached to the psionic network, it's difficult to say how the orders are being dispersed at this point, although I'm sure the aliens have planned for this potential contingency. I believe it may be possible to tap into this network, but it would require the use of a living Advent officer to function as our conduit. To facilitate this difficult task, we've worked to develop a new device, the Skulljack, which should be capable of disabling an officer. From there, it's simply a matter of hacking the officer in the field, although I won't speculate as to the outcome.
Commander, if we're going to try to build this Skulljack that Tygan came up with, we're going to need a specialized facility to test it out.
God help me. Produce new unique types of ammo, grenades, and armor. Okay. Okay, we can also do the trooper as well. You know what? Sure, let's do some autopsies while we're in there. We'll get to communications a little bit later. I'm not in a huge rush.
Knowing that my past surgical experience is limited, I am sure the crew appreciates that I hone my skills on fallen Advent forces before triaging our own wounded. To the uninitiated, the common Advent trooper is seemingly human. The aliens have disguised its most glaring divergence from the human form with a carefully designed helmet.
Look at its arms. Poor fucker. I know if Varlin was here, she'd be just like relishing all this, wouldn't she? Crazy lady. Right, let's go and have just a look at this thing quickly. Proving ground. Okay, 100 supplies. Okay then. Supplies. We're gonna need those for sure. We're gonna need them in absolute spades.
Hey, Commander.
Hello. Nothing else I can build here is at the moment. No. I don't know why I thought there'd be something new I could build. I just want to bug you. That's all. Right, supplies. Let's go get some more, shall we? Ooh, all right. 35 supplies, very good. Let's get you clearing the other one as well. Sure. Just clear it all out. That'd be fine. Cheers, Shane. That. Spend time to finish off the autopsy.
Strategic resource located.
Very nice. 59 supplies. Not too bad. Don't fly back because we're literally probably about to do that. You might as well start making your way back, I guess. There's no reason to... Well, sure, just fly back. What am I doing? That's the indecision was just ridiculous there, wasn't it? It's just like, couldn't decide a single thing I was doing. Terrible, terrible. Nothing else to be doing at the moment, so we're just gonna scan at home for some extra intel.
I do not think I could have predicted this outcome, though it is intriguing.
If you say so.
Despite a thorough analysis, I have yet to discover what, if any, advantage the Advent hybrid soldiers' enormous eyes provide. Testing their visual acuity will no doubt prove difficult.
The most public face of Advent security, the standard Advent trooper serves in the first response role in areas of high public exposure. Although rumours as to their origins have persisted for years, it's only recently we've confirmed that they are in fact the product of a human-alien hybrid development. Christ. My initial autopsy indicates that the troopers were at one time entirely human, implying some means of gradual genetic enhancement without the rejection concerns that would normally plague these experiments. The body itself maintains the general outward appearance of a typical human, but the most crucial changes occur in the cranial structure. It is my belief that the Advent troopers receive their orders, that is to say, are controlled directly through a psionic link engineered as part of the genetic modification process. As we first discovered in the field, the eyes are noticeably larger, perhaps an unintended side effect, as they seem to provide only limited improvements to the troopers' visual acuity. The aliens have managed to disguise this glaring physical trait from the general public through the use of a cleverly designed armor. Ah, I remember the barrel scanner. Remember we used to just dump these on our sharpshooters with squad sight? Those were good times. Very nice. Alright, next up, the sectoid.
Though I was never witness to one myself, countless observers attest to the existence of a much smaller, less intimidating variant of the sectoid that took part in the original invasion. In the time since, this new being, the product of clear genetic manipulation, is now a familiar face to our forces operating in the field.
His spine. Alright, and you get on with that. You're busy building stuff. Not much else for us to do at the moment. Our wounded are slowly coming off the injured reserve list, which is good. For whatever comes next. Alright, more research. Lovely.
Got an urgent communication coming in for you now, Commander.
You have made considerable progress against the aliens over the past month, Commander. I hope that your ongoing efforts will only lead to further success.
So do I. Thank you very much. Alright, we did good stuff, everyone. We did good stuff. 150 supplies. Hello.
Commander, we have intel suggesting the aliens are working on developments that threaten our ability to stop the Avatar project. We can conduct guerrilla operations to disrupt one of these efforts, but we'll have to choose carefully. We don't have the resources to intercede everywhere.
Right, now this is something I was sort of vaguely aware of, although my knowledge of how this exactly works is a little hazy. Receiving intel regarding the aliens' current activities, preparation to forward these dark events will, before they can be enacted are already underway. Count operations will be available soon, so these are a couple of things that could look to start happening over the course of the following month, which are being prepared. So the aliens improve their threat response, guaranteeing reinforcements on all guerrilla ops for a month, and rural checkpoints, which will decrease the supplies to the next supply drop by 50%. Which is unfortunate. And we will be able, hopefully, to take some kind of action to get rid of some of these, with some luck.
Commander, the Resistance has a hidden cache of resources stashed outside of Advent's reach. But that means we'll have to fly over and scan the area if we want to recover this stuff for ourselves.
We are almost certainly going to do that. I see no reason not to do that. So that is preparing. They will be completed in the near future if we don't counter them. Which means we need to basically look to start striking against Advent, basically, to deal with that. Okay, and let's go to the supply drop next.
Avenger plotting new course.
Once we're done with the sector autopsy, we'll work on expanding our communications. Start looking to connect some of these areas next to us.
Nothing on the local comms. Advent's been quiet lately. I'm guessing we have you to thank for that.
Our pleasure, Den Mother. Enjoy it while it lasts.
We plan to. Our water purification
Massive
system...
signal coming from the Advent network tower. It's global.
Huh?
Sir, I think you'll want to see this. Fellow citizens,
You.
for 20 years, the Advent Coalition has worked tirelessly to repair the ravages and injustices of the old world. Under our stewardship, our cities prosper, our people flourish, and our world heals. And yet, among us, there are still those who would refuse to acknowledge the truth, who are determined to see all that we have achieved
Multiple radar contacts on approach to Haven Alpha 7.
That's not good.
Must end.
Even as I speak to you today,
You've got incoming on approach.
Your
signal's breaking up.
Outlying territories to end this scourge once and for all.
They're right on top of you.
Losing you, Avenger.
Raise them again.
We will ensure your continued safety and well-being throughout this crisis.
Oh dear.
Get your people out of there.
With your cooperation, we will overcome these radical elements and usher in another 20 years of peace and prosperity.
They don't stand a chance. Commander, we should get a squad ready to deploy.
Motherfuckers.
Commander, we have a squad ready to move on the Resistance Haven currently under siege by the aliens. Give the word and we'll move out.
Motherfuckers. Son of a bitch. Well, nothing we can do about it, folks. We've been caught with our proverbial pants down. Unfortunate. Right. Is everyone off the bench here? Almost everyone's available. Okay, then. That sounds good to me. Right. Yeah. I think I'm happy with what I've got. Alright, then. Let's go do it, then. I'm tempted to leave this till next video. Sod it. We'll do it now.
Setting course for Sector 1, the Arctic.
So, unfortunately, this is where my mic decided to die when it was live, which is very unfortunate. So, this is future Black Shadow having a chat with you folks, but rather conveniently, it's not only future Black Shadow chat with you, as I had planned to get some guest commentary in from the next video onwards, but, well, he's here now, so, hello!
Hello, it is I, CM Fury.
CM Fury has decided to join us for this adventure for the next few videos or so, and, well, I had to record this anyway, so I figured, why not, we'll bring him on for this as well.
I could have just there done my my spokesman voice and be like, "Hello, Commander. It is good to see you again," but it's not very good. But I just did it anyway, so whatever.
It's not that bad.
It's okay.
Better than mine. Anyway, so... so we're about to take on this retaliation mission over here. Get ready, everyone's here. I decided to not mess around in this mission, and decided that we should probably go with as much firepower as I physically could. Bring in all entries for this one, including Alan George, who was one of your own.
He's my boy.
He is his boy after his other boy got murdered by sectopods, not cyberdiscs.
Yes, still not happy about it, but the fact that he took 2 sectopod blasts to the chest is a testament to his tankiness.
Yes. We also got access, we finished with the modular weaponry, so I had the opportunity to mess around with some of our weapons and equip some extra bits and pieces, which I certainly did decide to do. Scopes for the sniper rifles seemed logical.
They are definitely logical.
And yeah, noting there that weapon modes can be replaced, but not reused, which is unfortunate.
Up until a certain point, or region bonus, I should say.
Well,
I don't want to say too much because it's blind.
We're not there yet. The heavies seem logical to give them increased clip size, because it seems very logical.
That is, yeah. Yeah, you've basically done the 2 things I was going to suggest.
And then I think I throw on another scope on the specialist. Elwing back for this one as well, who's on double missions on the trot, actually. Managed to heal up from the last one. Did well for himself in the previous mission. And then James White here from Lewis, I think it was, who sent that in as well.
Yeah, So I do like some of the weapon upgrades because it's visual as well. Like you actually see which one the difference. Well, yeah,
A lot of games are certainly rather on the contextual side when it comes to that.
We're in the pipe. 5 by 5.
You're gonna have fun here.
All right then, let's go get these bastards. And
Of course, I wasn't here when you did the whole the cutscene thing.
No.
Well, it's basically terror attacks now.
Yeah, it's effectively, as I would soon realise in a moment, yeah, it's effectively this game's terror mission. Very unfriendly, regardless.
Yeah, except now you're forced to rescue at least 6 civilians, so you can't hang around and kill them all. Well, you could actually, but it depends how the mission goes. You already know how the mission goes. I don't.
I do, yes. I'm also sitting here. I know how this mission goes. My co-commentator does not.
Yeah, so this is me.
He's
blind viewing your LP.
Yeah, he's doing the live blind reactions to my video. It's a thing, everyone. It's a thing.
I mean, I've got the whole game on you, so
yes.
This will balance it somewhat.
It will work itself out, regardless. So down we go into what would turn into be a eventful mission. I'll say that.
I don't even know how.
You'll see. Terror missions always have a habit of getting interesting.
But who submitted Elwing?
Elwing was Quintilla.
Quintilla, your character has a very Wario-esque colour scheme to it. I don't know if this is intentional, but if it was, I must shake your hand if I ever meet you.
Alright then, so if you start off on a bridge, the map looking very wide, very open, not too much of a fan of this immediately. There's not a lot of immediate cover to run to either.
I know this map too. This one is generated for me.
Oh, well, congratulations.
Mostly. I don't know if like they're supposed to be randomly generated, and I think they mostly are, but like some bits you can like.
Oh, here they come. First enemies, including a new enemy. Or at least one I hate before.
Oh, he's annoying. He's gonna piss you
They're
off.
stun lancers.
He's gonna piss you off. They're basically their gimmick is basically if they can, they basically have the slash perk.
Yes, I looked at them and thought they're basically the enemies rangers.
Yeah,
effectively.
And they suck.
So we've got we got Alexei here who is still shaken from the previous mission. So he has a wheel reduction. So I wasn't too much of a fan of seeing sectoids. That seemed like a terrible mix.
Yep. You have to be careful of those grenades too, because there's civilians around.
It's fine.
I mean, these aren't annoying civvies that blow your cover. These are ones you actually like.
It's fine. We're an experts here. We know what we're doing.
You're squaddies. You're not experts.
I got
yet.
corporal.
Yeah, but, I mean, cool for the corporal, but everyone else is a squaddie.
Noting there, the grenade launcher runs on the amount of grenades. So the fact that I've given you a vest means you've actually got one less grenade shot, which I didn't realise was going to be a thing.
Oh no, that's one grenade shot. Anyway, you could have 2 grenades, but one should be enough.
Also, you missed.
You did. Grenadier. The thing I find with grenadiers in the one playthrough I've already done and the one I'm doing currently, is that they find it hard to level up because when initiating combat, the grenadier is the one who breaks concealment by lobbing a grenade. It's either them or the sniper with just a really good shot.
Yeah.
So they don't get much. They don't get as many kills as other classes would.
Yeah. And meanwhile, Elwing hit 30%. Bang.
Nice.
Elwing, slight spoiler here. Elwing had a very, very hell of a mission in this one.
I bet he did. Honestly, like. Rangers of shotguns, you want to get them straight in there. They're so good.
Here comes the stun lancer. He's staring us down. Meanwhile, one thing that I was hoping was not going to be a thing in this game, but seemingly is that when we did previous terror missions in the previous games, it seems that the aliens basically have a 100% chance to hit civilians wherever the fuck they are, and
yep.
it seems it's exactly the same in this game.
Yep. Every turn, somewhere in the back.
Here comes the stun lancer. Hello.
Oh, he missed.
He missed. Thankfully, I do not know how he missed, but he did.
It's very calming when you're when the stun lancers miss, because most of the time they don't.
Yeah.
But now you can kill him.
I think we had. I think looking back in hindsight, the first couple of videos or so, I think we've had a degree of fortune regarding people missing us. We've had quite a few shots at us that have missed since the first mission.
As opposed to my playthrough where a lot of rookies have died.
Yes. Well, that's the rookie's lot in life.
Straight in the face. Go, George.
There you go. Well done. One shot in. Very good.
Hostile eliminated.
It's nice to see a grenadier get a kill as well.
Alright, so that's the first mess dealt with.
Done.
So it's,
you can get on saving civvies.
Yeah, that was the next job. We'll say, right, we'll start looking to save some folks here.
Except, of course, there's one little problem with that.
Which
It's not that one. Is it that one? Who knows?
This way, folks. Pay attention to the cutscene because I didn't. But regardless.
You mean you didn't pay attention to that big hulking mass of
flesh?
flesh?
I saw it, but I was a bit preoccupied. Look at it that way. So, meanwhile, of course, aliens waging hell, murdering peeps.
Like, it's worse because they all have names.
It does make it.
You get to know exactly who died.
Yes. Send the postal cards to the loved ones.
Yeah. Like, some of them share the same last names as some soldiers, so it's a bit... It's sad. It's a sad time.
Right then, so you would send Alexei around the outside. No chance to use his pistol yet. Which, you know, it's kind of weird. I've had to adjust because, of course, I'm used to previous games where obviously everyone's just had use of pistols. You know, anyone could. You know, obviously all the soldiers. Now it's only the snipers, which is a little strange. I'm not used to it.
But in comparison, everyone had pistols, but there was only one pistol perk that actually made them better. I think that was a sniper perk.
Yeah. The snipers could be better with.
Yeah, but in this one, sharpshooters have like a whole perk tree that helps with pistol shots and stuff, and it is viable to have like a gunslinger class if you wanted. They're very good as well.
I don't believe that. I don't doubt that. Right, so more enemies in the building here. Realising that I've spread my party a little bit on the Finn side here. As I'm trying to go both directions. Obviously in a quest to try and rescue 6 civvies before they all get murdered. So I feel obliged to try and spread the team out a little bit. Risky or not.
I did briefly hear that voice pack that you've given out.
Yes. As requested.
Yeah, for anyone wondering, at least on my XCOM, I've got a lot of Halo mods because they just blend so well with XCOM. I've got Noble Team Armor, Noble Team Voice Pack, Halo Reach weapons. They just fit really well with this game.
You never know what series it is he plays a lot and likes.
Oh no, I imagine you
Street Fighter?
Yeah, obviously. I mean, I fucking love Time Crisis.
Anyway, so more murdering, as you can see there. Not happening.
Civilians left and right,
Thanks,
Commander. We need to get these people out of here.
Speaking of mods, did you get that one that I mentioned? Because he's going to say that a lot, and it's going to get annoying.
No, I was alerted of a... That didn't go so well.
The mod is called Quiet Bradford, and rightfully so.
We'll see. Meanwhile, Sectoid not impressed with the fire. Protects with disorientation, which I'd not seen before.
No, you can move places, but not very far.
Civvy makes the right decision and books it. James, very lucky there. That was a narrow miss. Car, of course, on fire, so I can't use that as cover, which is really awkward. And look, the Sectoid full cover on the roof, pinning us all down. Lots of issues here. Disorientation as well, blocking up my use of grenades here, which is what I was going to do. I was going to grenade the Sectoid with the grenade launcher, but of course we're disorientated, so I'm not allowed. Very, very, like 5%.
Yeah, that's
heavily pinned down
good.
By the Sectoid.
You can barely move as well, so you just got to stay in the cover. Yeah. Imagine if he disoriented you there on the right.
Yeah, James.
That
would have been pretty shitty. Figure we'd take a snapshot there, missed. Meanwhile, figure, well, I'm thinking, well, it's still 3 on 2. So I figure, well, Alexei might as well go down this side here, rescue more civs. They're right there.
It's going to happen.
We'll just rescue them.
It's, oh no.
And then this happened. Dear Lord, it is hideous.
It's fucking disgusting.
Some kind of shapeshifters.
Guessing this is it. It is a remarkable species.
My phone
If
was
only
yours.
we had
yours.
some means of containment.
Don't even think about it.
So this is the Faceless, as I would find out, everyone. It's a thing. It is a hiding amongst the enemy, hiding amongst the civs, and it's disgusting.
Yep.
It's disgusting. It also has 10 health, and Alexei is on his own, standing right next to the fucking thing.
Yep. You have a decision to make.
Well, I couldn't. I was under attack. I was under effectively attacked on two sides now. I've effectively put myself in a flanking spot.
Well, I mean,
I can't kill it.
You've got to move James. The other two can stay where they are because they're in high cover.
So this was a pretty awful spot. I think this is what I didn't know quite what. I had no idea on how far the Faceless could move either. So I figured I'd take a chance and just try and run away and hope that I can outspeed it. It's not Chrysalid.
You picked up on the fact that they have no guns.
Yes, it's clearly a melee unit. So I just booked it in the hope that maybe I can outrun the Faceless.
Or just shoot them from there.
Confirmed.
I couldn't see it.
They couldn't?
No. They can't see it. It's too far away. That was what I was looking at. I was thinking, well, I could do that, and then I realised they're too far away, so I couldn't kill it. I had no way of killing it, so I figured, well, I'll just run and hope to get away.
Right. That sectoid will take full damage too, I think.
Yep. As he falls down onto the ground as well, take him off from the roof. Extra damage dealt.
What a concept. Full damage in XCOM.
Yeah, it's a nice touch, actually. I quite like it. I quite like it.
You can be on the receiving end of it as well.
That happened, I believe, in the first video, actually. The first mission.
Yeah, it did.
With whoever was on the roof. James here with about a 50-50 shot. Hits the door. Not happy. And then, well, this happened. It turns out the Faceless is actually a lot more mobile than I realised.
Oh yeah, he can move. He can move.
I didn't know. So, Mr. Internal, sir, you might want to hold the seat of your pants. Whatever that means.
See if you can. No.
He just got wrecked.
Daniel Hill.
He is Daniel dead.
Just hoping there isn't anyone called Lenny. Because then I would immediately shout.
Sectoid figures he's going to go for it. Goes to the glory. And then he surprises me. He makes that move, which is not the move I would have taken.
They do that a lot. If there's a dead body, they will reanimate it.
They have a habit of doing that. So I was like, okay, fine.
Oh, we hit.
James taking a hit there. Could have been worse. Could have been worse. And then this happened.
He's on mission.
Hello, Alexei.
Does he even hit?
Somehow misses by some absurd fact. He misses. I do not know how he missed. Very lucky. Alexei should be dead. I think that is a fair statement to make. He should be dead.
Yeah, you're very lucky.
Very fortunate there. Got away with that one.
You have a medkit.
I do have a medkit. That is the plan. But I figured I might want to kill these fuckers first. So, yeah. Internal cheats death there.
Yeah.
I'm praying that kills him, which it does.
That looked like an enemy unknown miss there.
It did for a moment. So Alexei's just staring it in the face, just like, what the fuck?
I don't know. I mean, the sectoid kind of needs to die to kill the other thing.
Yeah, it does, which I was pondering. I was just wondering how best to do it. Now, luckily, Elwing here has I gave him the Blade Master ability for his Ranger shotgun. Not for his shotgun, for his class.
Yeah.
So I figured I'd try and be clever here. Plate one move to grab the loot autoloader, and then I figured, well, you're a ranger. I can attack you with the second command, can't I? So I go for the slash, and that's always nice to see 100% hit chance. That's a nice thing to see in XCOM. You don't see that all that often. And he got wrecked for 8 damage, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, sectoids are just weak to melee attacks.
So yeah. And as for Alexei, I figure, right, let's get you the
run.
Run for your life. You got lucky once, you might not get lucky again. Alan, unfortunately,
reload an Overwatch, right?
Needs to reload. Well, I try and get him a better position. Apparently that's how you reload a minigun, everyone.
Yeah, that is. I'm pretty sure that's not how reloading works.
In any event. More murder.
No,
it was
Oliver
at this
Taylor.
Point, it was at this point where I realised, yeah, they just fucking have 100% hit chances. I don't necessarily agree. I think there should be some chance of miss when it's like they should go under the same rules.
Yeah, like if they're in cover, then that's cover, isn't it? You would think it would work.
Just
He could be in the Olympics. That faceless, the faceless Olympics.
He's disgusting.
Look at those.
Absolutely hideous.
It's just that he's basically just a massive liquid flesh. Gross.
It's pretty bad. Somehow I managed to move James here to a spot where he can't shoot it. When he was in a spot where he could shoot it because of that fucking tree stump. Was not happy. So I'm like, well, might as well hear you. I was going to do it anyways.
Yeah. You just fire away here.
Yep, pretty much. That was, I think that was the modus operandi in the end here. Just trying to make sure I didn't put people into places where then they could see it as well. Because I wasn't happy.
Ooh, that's a juicy sound.
Elwing doing God's work.
Fuck him up, George.
And I was like, well, I could do that. But I got a better idea.
He needs the kills.
And I was like, well, you can't miss from here, surely. Just gun him down.
Oh god, he's melting everywhere.
Gun him down.
He's dead.
What a disgusting being.
You should see Tygan doing the autopsy.
I think we will probably next video.
Yeah. We have a mutual like for Tygan and the way he, like, even just him talking sounds like a report on paper.
Tygan's pretty good. Unfortunately, all that time spent of fighting with his enemies has left a bit of a problem regarding civilians. There are only 5 left, and I have to rescue at least 3 of them.
Yeah. You'll probably most of the time you'll end up rescuing 7.
Yeah. So I was heavily on the back foot here. So I was kind of like, well, I think I've kind of got to go for it now and try and rescue at least 3 civilians.
Still in.
Yeah. I mean, you know where some of the enemies are.
I don't know where any of them are. Well, I've got a rough idea that it's somewhere in this general direction. But you never know quite how many of them are going to be on these sort of missions. You never quite know where they're going to be hiding. So I was like, well, we'll get James to get this one. That's at least 5 done. And then I'm just going to have to work it out from there. Hope that doesn't trigger anyone. No.
You're good to go. Move.
Very fortunately. So I'm like, well, I need to find one more.
Wait, he hasn't left. I thought I still saw it.
No. It's they take a moment sometimes. They did in the previous games. They always take a moment.
Okay.
I'm on the move.
You can also sometimes you can do like you did in Enemy Unknown and just sort of look at the map and you can just faintly see where the civvies are.
You can, yeah. I probably could.
Sort
Flash him out.
But
like you can just it's mostly like the blue ring you look for.
I was like, well, I could put you there. That's a gas station. It's on fire. That doesn't seem... It seemed illogical and incredibly dangerous. I was like, it'll be fine. Had James on his own as well. I figured, well, most of the enemies that I know of are in this direction. I was hoping this was the only group that had James kind of soloing on his own on the side.
Oh, wow, there's a bunch there.
So it looks like I got to them just in time because that was going to be the next target.
That pistol is so...
That looks fucking awesome.
Good looking, good sounding.
I commented immediately, that was awesome. And I highly approved.
Like, it's weird, like, only the sharpshooter has pistols, but my god, they're like hand cannons.
They are pretty awesome. Obviously, Alexei here, not in a good spot for a sniper. I actually considered just shooting when I realised how terrible I did. I thought, well, you shot him once with a pistol. Why not try again?
Yeah.
42%. Oh. Easy as you like.
Can I just sit here and listen to pistol shot? They are juicy.
So I was pretty happy with that. Unfortunately, choice of cover was not very favourable here. It was all a bit awkward.
Heading there now.
Nowhere easy to go. But Elwing had not missed a shot so far on this map. And he still hasn't missed a shot this map. Unreal.
Man, he's
Murdered
he's on
everything.
a run. Wario's kicking ass.
Didn't miss a shot this whole time.
He's gonna get that 100%. Oh, that's it.
That was it. Yeah, that was it. I was very impressed.
Yeah.
I thought there was gonna be perhaps another group.
That's
there.
100% shot percentage.
Yeah, that was very impressive. So, good job, Elwing. You took out, like, several 30-40% shots. Very, very impressive. Good job.
What are you motioning to?
I was sure he talked about something. Something to
weird.
do.
Is it weird, like, seeing yourself and your little mouse moves, like, what was I doing?
Sometimes it's obvious, sometimes I can't tell.
Oh, no, he apparently missed something.
No, that's the team. I think that's the team percentage.
Oh, yes.
That's the team
Yeah.
percentage. Still, 72%! That, for XCOM, that's very fucking good.
I have had 100% before. Very, very rarely, but they can happen.
Spoils. I said spoils were shared here amongst the team, and then I realised how can being the most under fire be like a praise? Elwing me obviously did the most damage, made the most things. Alan made the most attacks, was not necessarily the most effective, but he tried.
He did his best.
And Alexei moved the furthest by advancing, running away, and then advancing.
Who took a hit?
That was Jane.
So, and who was shaken?
That was Alexei. Didn't get
Okay,
hit.
well,
So
your will should be restored.
Yeah.
And not just that, increased as well.
Yeah, I didn't realise this was a thing.
So, if you almost want people to get shaken.
As it turns out.
Sort of, yeah. Nice to not have it in the first place, but an increasing will.
Taking out the aliens.
Yeah, and James there, I'm just like, Ugh.
He's earned a break.
Yeah, he'll be on the bench. He's the only person that got a promotion, which was kind of disappointing.
Yeah, that is odd.
That's so sad. But as we said, I'd give the first person got medical protocol, which was Ashley. So I was like, yeah, sure, you can go down the combat path. We'll see what happens.
James White does look the hacking type.
Okay.
I don't know. It just has a look about him. Look like a hacker.
There we go. Warloader. First reload mission doesn't cost an action. That looks very fun.
Well, they're very good.
And there are corpses, including there's the stun lancer corpse.
You're probably reading the description here. I've read that too, and it's kind of disturbing.
It's science, and then sealed medical grade vats, delicious.
His face leap behind himself rapidly into a foul-smelling paste. It's just the descriptions of stuff.
Yeah.
Just, they're gross. I hate them.
But as Tygan does point out here, the potential for the potential for what could be made use out of these potential autopsies, especially the faces, working out how the fuck they do that could be useful. You never know.
Beacon.
And then obviously with the stun lancer, trying to make adapting their stun lance. That sounds fun.
It's upgrading.
You and your crew have dealt another serious blow to the aliens' efforts today, Commander. Impressive work.
Thank you. Increased supplies across Asia. Well, just increased supplies. I was like, yeah, cool. We need more supplies. Always need more supplies, everyone.
I once watched the voice actor for the spokesman actually stream XCOM 2.
I have seen this.
That was a watch. I remember showing you.
You did show it, yes.
That was a good watch.
So,
just doing impressions.
So Alexei's will not only restored but also increased, which is nice. I was okay with this. So not too much left to do here. I
probably wouldn't be alive.
Oh, no reason this was talking about Raymond.
He was something of a miracle worker.
Getting the Avengers' power back online was a miracle. I'm not entirely sure how he deciphered their system, but we'd still be half buried in the sand if he hadn't. He gave everything he had to get the ship running, but he didn't live long enough to see her fly.
We owe you both a debt of gratitude.
You can honor his memory by using this ship to destroy the aliens wherever we find them.
You'll get no argument here.
Revenge, good move, nice.
Yes, revenge is always the best motive, everyone. If movies is anything to tell you by...
I mean, have you ever seen The Crow? Have you seen Harry Brown? There was a third one. Taken?
I've seen The Crow.
Yeah, that's like one of my favourite revenge movies.
It's not the revenge. Rookies. So more rookies available there, but I was more interested in the supply drop. I was like, ooh,
oh yeah.
A lot of supplies.
And those rookies might give you more people who technically shouldn't be in the
They can't anymore. I fixed that.
Okay.
I know what caused that issue initially, and
what was it?
I just have to pull open. So I've just moved everyone onto a side.
Fair
So
enough.
it's impossible for that. So I figured we'll do that, and that means we can finish off the sectoid autopsy. Tygan embracing his inner Varlin.
We talked about earlier how Varlin was like jump at the opportunity to do alien autopsies, but he's just like, this is gross, I guess I'll do it.
Yeah. So, yeah, obviously the sectoid has changed a lot. I do spend time reading this. I've decided to sort of read, like, sort of story-based and probably the autopsies as well, because it's just interesting to do.
Yeah.
Obviously, they've changed a hell of a lot. You know, especially the difference between sectoids in this game compared to, you know, the previous game. They're just, yeah. It's
huge.
It is ungodly different.
It's kind of like, they look more like your typical alien now.
Yeah.
Like the stereotypical, like, big-eyed thing that just looks like a human.
Yeah.
A large head.
Yeah, that seemed reasonable. Yeah. Obviously, though, interesting research available to us having done this set, which I was showing you, the fact that you can get access to the Mind Shield, which obviously previously to increase will, and eventually, down the line one day, we will be able to play around with, of course, fancy schmancy psionics, which I'm sure I'll make about to show here as I wiggle the mouse around. There we are, the psionics research there, which takes 5 Illyrium crystals, whatever those are.
It's just another resource.
It's a thing.
That's it.
We'll grab them soon.
Really, you don't have any yet.
Nope, I don't have a single one. So you also got magnetic weaponry. I was like tempted to go down and do more autopsies because of course we've just done a shitload, but I was like, well, we should probably look to try and beat the game.
Yeah.
It's probably a good idea. So
I've mentioned it a lot of times already, but look down there at the bottom. Plated armor.
Yes, there is a heavy insistence from my co-commentator to start delving into armor soon. I probably should do, but I figure,
especially since everyone has randomized stats and also health.
Yes,
you need.
It makes it interesting. But I figured.
Strengths of the Avenger.
Oh,
I've had a difficult time finding room to conduct some of our more theoretical experiments. Perhaps the next time we sit down.
We've got plenty of space. Plenty of space out there. But yeah, no, so it's something we need to do. But I figured let's get the research communications done because it's about time to look to start expanding the network. We've got all this intel lying around. We might as well do something with it.
But I now have just the image of Tygan in my head trying to do research, Avenger mid-flight, and he's just
mid-autopsy.
Just trying to carry on.
Yeah, mid-autopsy.
This game
just getting faceless paste all over him.
Yeah, it's a good thing he wears a mask.
Poor fucker.
Oh, this game paints so many pictures, and it's incredible.
Indeed. So yes, that's pretty much the end of the video. I think, yeah, I basically start talking about the fact that obviously we're busy clearing the debris, and we need to start looking to expand out the tech network. Is pretty much the next thing we're going to do, as well as the supplies we've got here. But that's pretty much the end of the video, folks. So thank you very much for watching. Next time we'll actually be doing live recording and not post commentary, which would be very nice. But yeah, that's pretty much all for this one. So thank you guys very much for watching, and yeah, we will see you all next time.
We will be in touch, Commander.